It is a beautiful sunny 81-degree weather Saturday afternoon at FAU Baseball Stadium as the 2-3 FAU Owls take on the 4-1 Iowa Hawkeyes for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm Maddox Greenberg, and with me is Chris Talt. The Hawkeyes took Game 1 last night, winning 7-2 over the Owls. Now, Chris, we saw the Owls struggle offensively in trying to get some runs in last night. What does FAU need to do to get a win today and tie the series?
Well, starting off the rip, Maddox, Coach McCormack shuffling up the lineup a little bit today. Center fielder and leadoff man Marshall Lipsy getting the game off, at least from the start of it. He will be coming off the bench for FAU, the preseason American Conference Player of the Year. And on in place of Marshall Lipsy will be Kyle Boylston coming in for FAU. Boylston will be playing center field, and last night, coming off the bench in a pinch hit appearance in the 9th inning last night, Boylston hit an RBI single that made it a 7-2 ball game. So hopefully Kyle Boylston can carry some of that 9th inning streak into the game this afternoon, which FAU needs to score some runs. Some other notable stuff in the lineup today: Brett Patton, the right fielder, will be the leadoff man. TJ Gramesty will be catching as he platoons with Ian Collier, the other Florida Atlantic catcher. And for the rest of the lineup, it's business as usual. Nick Romano in the 3-hole, Brando LaRue batting 4th, and then Michael Peraza batting 5th, as well as Pat Ward batting 6th in the middle of that lineup. Xavier Maranta, who had 2 hits last night, will be batting 7th, and John Martinez moved up from the 9 spot to the 8 spot, and as well Kyle Boylston batting 9th. So FAU shaking up the lineup a little bit here today, looking to catch some sort of momentum. And on the mound for the Owls is right-hander Tyler Murphy. Murphy struggled last time against Notre Dame. It unraveled for him in the 3rd inning. Goes 3 innings, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. So Murphy looking to rebound here against Iowa today. For Iowa on the mound, they'll be starting Logan Rundy, the right-hander. Last time out, he threw 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, gave up 7 hits, struck out 6. So it'll be another tough task for this FAU offense today as they look to even up this series.
Yeah, been leading. Iowa will be Logan Rundy. He last pitched against Wisconsin. Platteville, having a career-high 6 strikeouts in 5.1 innings. Leading the Owls on the mound will be Tyler Murphy. He last pitched against Notre Dame on Game 2 of that opening series of the 2026 season. Pitched in 3 innings, striking out 2 batters. The Hawkeyes are looking to win the series today and improve to 5-1, their best start to the season since 2022 when they started 10-1, while FAU is looking to tie the series up and return to the win column. We'll be back for the starting lineups and first pitch. For Chris Talt, I'm Maddox Greenberg, and you're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris Talt. Moments away before the FAU Owls take on the Iowa Hawkeyes for Game 2 of 3 as they are looking to get their first win of the series and back into the win column. Starting lineup for Iowa will be batting here in the top of the first. It will be leading off Gable Mitchell, then it will be Caleb Wolf, then Miles Risley, then batting cleanup will be Kellen Strohmeyer. Then after that will be Cooper Schulte, Joey Narrett, Ben Swales, Matthew Delgado, and Jalen Ziegler, with starting pitcher Logan Rundy. And the batting for FAU from top to bottom, it will be leading off right fielder Brett Patton, catcher TJ Gramesty, third baseman Nick Romano, shortstop Brando LaRue, left fielder Michael Peraza, first baseman Patrick Ward, designated hitter Xavier Maranta, second baseman John Martinez, and center fielder Kyle Boylston. Pitching for FAU will be Tyler Murphy, pitching in his second game of the regular season.
Maddox, it's crucial for FAU that Tyler Murphy gets off to a good start against Gable Mitchell and this Iowa offense. Mitchell hit a leadoff home run last night to get things going for the Hawkeyes. And for FAU, with the offensive struggles, gotta hope Tyler Murphy can get it going early for Florida Atlantic.
Head coaches for Iowa will be Rick Heller in his 13th year with the program as a head coach. And the head coach for FAU will be John McCormack in his 18th year as the head coach for FAU. The Owls wearing blue tops, white pants, while I will be wearing black tops and gray pants. Beautiful 81-degree weather here on a Saturday. Sun moving off to our right, about to set soon, the next couple of hours. So the shade will definitely be a factor later on in this game. But leading off, Gable Mitchell heads to the left batter's box. Will be going against the right-hander Tyler Murphy. Infield shifting to the right, and away we go. Here comes the first pitch. And upstairs for a ball one. Infield for FAU. First baseman Patrick Ward, second baseman John Martinez, shortstop LaRue, and third baseman Romano. Outfield, left fielder Peraza, center fielder Boylston, right fielder Patton, hip high and into the air over to left field. That is high, and that'll be caught under the hands of Peraza to record the first out here in the first inning. Off to a great start defensively for FAU against their first batter.
Got to keep it going for Tyler Murphy. Build off of each batter you face. And really just goal today, keep your offense in the game to get your offense going and hopefully build some confidence.
Caleb Wolf, now the first baseman, batting left and low to the dirt for a ball one. The third pitch by Murphy. Wolf, the senior first baseman from West Liberty, Iowa, stepping back into the batter's box.
Last game for Tyler Murphy, we went 3 innings, strike poured in there. It unraveled for him after the second inning. Through 2, he only gave up 1 run, and then it was 4 runs in the third inning for Murphy last time out against Notre Dame.
0-2 count out for Murphy, and he winds up. Here's the pitch, and tip foul off to the left side, hits the fence for a foul 1, remains an 0-2 count. Last time Wolf played was in last night's game, had 5 at-bats, 1 run on 2 hits, 2 RBIs. No home run, but he did make an impact for Iowa in their 7-run victory over FAU last night. Murphy with the pitch. Here it comes. And tip out again and hitting to the backstop up to the left side. Count remains 0-2. Wolf batting a .421. Stepping back into the left batter's box. And he hits over to the left side, going to the foul territory, past the light post, and into the stands. 0-2 count remains. No drastic shifts made by the defense against Wolf. Wolf second in the batting order. No outs. Check that 1 out, and base is empty. Hits high into the dirt over to LaRue, who throws over to Ward at first base, recording the second out against Wolf. Now the third batter for Iowa, Miles Risley, the senior center fielder from Johnston, Iowa. one of several players on his team coming in from Kirkwood Community College, a JUCO school. Infield off to the left.
You see that a lot with a lot of college kids in today's world, making the jump up from JUCO schools to the Division I level. FAU has a bunch of those players.
1-0 count. Here comes the next pitch, and upstairs for, check that inside, will be a 1-1 count for Murphy. Risley, the 400 batter last time he played. He had 4 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Murphy with the pitch, and tip foul, rolls off to the left side in front of the Iowa dugout. Foul 1, strike 2, 1-2 count. Risley played first 2 seasons at Kirkwood Community College before joining the team last year, playing in 56 games. And that'll be down the middle for a strike 3, and 3 up, 3 down for the FAU defense. Iowa goes scoreless and fails to reach base as we head to the bottom of the first inning with FAU's offense due up. It'll be Brett Patton, TJ Gramercy, and Nick Romanos start off at the top of the batting order for FAU when we return here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris, Talt. Bottom of the first inning, FAU's defense keeps Iowa scoreless, and obviously what Iowa's defense can do against the FAU batters. First up will be Brett Patton, the left-handed right fielder. Batting left. And the first pitch for him against Logan Rundy is a strike 1. Infield for Iowa will be Caleb Wolf at first, Mitchell at second, Schulte at shortstop, Swales at third, and hit high into center field. Risley, the center fielder, calls it, and he gets the first out. The outfield also consists of Ziegler at left field, Risley, who just made an out at center field, and Strohmeyer at third. So already one batter got through, and now we'll see how the catcher, TJ Gramercy, the sophomore from Boca Raton, Florida, who redshirted last year, see how he does against Rundy.
Rundy, a strike thrower for Iowa, doesn't walk too many batters. So he'll look to attack this FAU offense as FAU really just looking to get it going here, shaking up the lineup today in game 2.
First pitch was a strike. A low pitch for that one, be a strike 2. A little bit off-speed pitch there. 0-2 count now, bases empty, bottom of the first inning. Scoreless. FAU on offense. Lundy reads the play, kicks, throws, and big swing and a miss for Gramercy, recording the second out. First strikeout for D in this game. And now the third batter he'll be facing, the redshirt senior third baseman Nick Romano, batting left. Romano last night had on 2 at-bats, was walked twice, struck out once. It's a pretty quiet night for him. Ball 1 against him. Swales, the lone infielder, off to the right. Everyone else moving a bit to the right side, actually. Rundy with the pitch. In a 2-0 count now. Ball 2. On deck will be LaRue. Rundy with the upstairs pitch for a 3-0 count right now. 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the first inning. 3-0 count against Romano, who's batting a .083.
Looking to just get on. Romano has walked a bunch this year. 7 walks this season.
And that'll be the first strike against him. A 3-1 count now.
So again, Romano seeing it well, just the hits haven't come yet. He's gotten on base, .421 on base percentage.
And he hits into the dirt, ground ball over into to Mitchell's hands, over to Wolf, second to first base connection, and another 3-up, 3-down inning, this time for the Iowa defense. And both teams go scoreless as we head to the top of the second inning. Due up for Iowa, Strohmeyer, Schulte, and Narrett. When we return, you're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris, Talt. Scoreless in the first inning for both teams. Here at the top of the second. Due up for Iowa will be Kellen Strohmeyer, the right-handed batter, playing right field. He hits a high over into the left side and left field, out in the foul territory. And Romano almost makes an amazing catch. Record the first out. That'll be ruled a foul 1, strike 1. Strohmeyer remains in the left batter's box, batting with a .421.
Tough play for Romano to get to. Overran it, had to track back, and that's when he fell down trying to get it. But a tough play nonetheless.
Last night's game, Strohmeyer 4 at-bats, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, walked once.
Can't tell.
And now we have someone coming up to check, I think, on Romano.
Looks like maybe a piece of jewelry or something might have broken off.
Most
Or
likely,
sunglasses maybe, something.
probably. He did take a tumble when trying to catch
Looks
the
like,
ball.
yeah.
He had to go behind the bib with the ball.
It is a pair of sunglasses.
Could be using that. Definitely going to be missing those with this weather right now. The sun is setting off to the right.
Sun-bathed field in
Yeah.
Boca.
And tip foul off to the left side again. Hits the protective netting. Foul 2, strike 2, 0-2 count. Bases empty, no outs here at the top of the second inning. First batter that Tyler Murphy is pitching against in this inning. Murphy with a pitch upstairs and for the first ball, ball 1, 2 strikes. For Murphy. Last game Murphy played was in game 2 of the Notre Dame opening series. And way upstairs for a 2-2 count now. Strohmeyer, redshirt junior right fielder from Dubuque, Iowa. Didn't play in 2023 for Iowa. In 2024, had 17 games he played. Grounded out in between second and third. Rolls into Peraza, their left fielder, recording the first run for Iowa.
First hit for Iowa.
Thank you. First hit for Iowa, and first hit for any team, for any players on each team. As he'll be at first base now. Good position for Cooper Schulte, who would now be batting right. Now Murphy checking over the first, having to turn his back. Infield off to the left. And first pitch against Schulte is a strike one. So good spot for Schulte, having a runner on base for him.
FAU will be looking for a double play. Got a few of those last night in some big spots.
And big swing and a miss for Schulte. The ball was away for him to even try to hit it. 0-2 count. Schulte last night, 4 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 RBI, 2 strikeouts. And Murphy going to check Strohmeyer at first.
Throw was a little to the left of the first base bag, so Ward, who stands over there as a righty, had to lean to his left to make that catch. But if that throw was a little better, Ward might have had the tag in time.
Murphy going to check first again. There's still an 0-2 count, and the first base umpire, Mark Stewart, actually tells Strohmeyer to run to second.
It was a balk on Tyler Murphy.
So that error sends Strohmeyer to scoring position. Really good place for Schulte now on an 0-2 count with no outs, and tip foul rolling off to the left side behind home plate. Foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Here in the top of the second inning, both teams went scoreless in the first inning. Both 3 up, 3 downs for defensively, but Iowa offense now starting to click in a little bit. Having a runner and scoring would be Strohmeyer. Schulte still at bat. Big swing and a miss. Now records the first K for, check that second K for Murphy, first of the inning.
Good pitch from Tyler Murphy, getting the big strikeout with the runner in scoring position.
Now it is the 6th batter on the batting order, Joey Narrett for Iowa, the senior designated hitter from Campbellsport, Wisconsin, first year out of Dallas Baptist. Infield up a little bit to the right side. Murphy checking second. Here comes a pitch. And high up to the left side. That goes right into the parking lot.
Saw a lot of those last night out in that direction, Maddox, to the parking lot. And it sounded like it caught a car as the crowd oohed and awed at that one. Heard it.
Hopefully you didn't park your car in that area. Foul
I'm usually pretty smart where I park my car at baseball games. Don't want to take any chances.
Yeah. Foul 1, strike 1. Hit over into the left center. That finds a pocket and rolls into the warning track. That will send Strohmeyer home and puts Narrett in scoring at second. Great stand-up double, 2-run. And that'll be putting the Hawkeyes back in the lead. Putting the Hawkeyes in the lead. Back in the lead in this series. 1-0 Hawkeye lead. 1 out, runner in second.
Narrett barreled that one up, put it into the gap. It got to the fence in left center field in an instant.
And now making his series debut is the redshirt junior third baseman, Ben Swales. His first debut starting. He did play a pinch hitter last night. First time starting in this series from Tiffin, Iowa. Chin music right there. It's a 1-1 count now from Murphy against Swales. That was his 25th pitch. 1-1 count, 1 out, runner in scoring. That is Narrett at second. Murphy checks him, squares the bunt, and rolls off to the foul territory. Foul 1, strike 2, 1-2 count here in the top of the first.
So now with 2 strikes, that takes the bunt out of play for Swales. Romano can still play back at third. That was the second strike of the at-bat. Another beautiful day for baseball in Boca.
Top of the second, 1-0 Hawkeye lead. Hawkeyes looking to extend their lead, and big swing and a miss for Swales, and he is struck out. The third K for Murphy.
That's a big strikeout for Murphy. Now with 2 outs, FAU can hopefully get out of this inning, only allowing one, trying to limit the damage early.
Next batter he'll be facing in this inning is graduate catcher Matthew Delgado from Monrovia, California, in his first year out of North Alabama, batting right outside for a ball 1. The 27th pitch by 28th pitch actually by Murphy. Murphy checks second. Here comes the pitch, and grounds it out into LaRue. LaRue throws across over the Ward, and Ward beats. Actually, no, it'd be out of Ward's hands, off to his right, off to his left, out of reach for him. Narid gets home, and another double. And this time we Delgado in second. Now FAU's defense was looking good early in this game, now struggling this inning.
Brando LaRue short hop Pat Ward. Ward couldn't come up with the scoop, and that's going to be an E6 on LaRue, allowing second run of the inning and Narat to come in, and Delgado reaching second now on the error.
And big swing and miss for Jalen Ziegler, the bottom of the batting order for Iowa.
The normally sure-handed Brando LaRue having a little bit of trouble out there. I was informed before the game that they, as a strike from Murphy comes in, they redid the dirt on the infield this season, so it's different from last year. And from what I heard, Brando LaRue and John Martinez didn't love how this new playing surface plays. It gives a little more kick off the baseball and some hops.
Big swing and miss for Jalen Ziegler. And Murphy retires the inning. Hawkeyes get 2 runs out of it off of 2 hits, so having 1 error in that. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, Hawkeyes 2-0 lead. Due up for FAU will be LaRue, Peraza, and then Ward. When we return, you're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Chris, Talt, Maddox, Greenberg, Iowa Hawkeyes get 2 runs out of 2 hits at the top of the second inning.
And a big
taking
error
the lead. Yeah.
by Brando LaRue, allowing that second run to come in that would have ended the inning. So LaRue coming up, looking to redeem himself and get some payback for the error and help out the jumpstart the FAU offense that has been dormant.
Brando LaRue, the graduate shortstop, will be the first batter that Logan Rundy will be seeing in this bottom of the second inning. LaRue from Markham, Ontario, Canada. Last night, he, in the same position, 5th, he had 3 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 walk. Batting right. Here comes the pitch, and he hits off to the left side of foul territory, and that flies right past the fans. A foul 1, strike 1, 0-1 count.
We are in a sun-bathed broadcast booth outside here, just underneath the press box.
There is some shade coming in off to the right corner, so we're going to see that probably impact this game. And a big swing and miss by LaRue for 0-2 count.
Now, last week on the Saturday game against Notre Dame, same exact start time. Towards the middle innings of the game, it gave the left side of the infield and outfield some trouble.
We'll see if history will repeat itself there. And a strikeout for LaRue. So he is out. That ends the first batter for Rundy. That was his second K on the evening. And now it's Michael Peraza batting 5th.
But yeah, against Notre Dame, it was actually Michael Peraza who hit an inside the park home run off of the left fielder. He lost it in the sun, and it caromed away from him towards foul territory, and Peraza was able to come in last Saturday, middle innings.
And Peraza hits it into the ground over to third baseman Swales. Yeah, now would record the second out.
A line drive right into the shift at the third baseman Swales.
Now Patrick Ward, 6th on the batting order. Ward, the senior first baseman from Port St. Lucie, Florida. Last season, he was injured after celebrating with his team after hitting a grand slam in their 8-4 victory over Wichita State on April 18th, ending his season abruptly. Ball one right there as Ward batting right. So 1-0 count with Rundy pitching for Iowa. Here comes the second pitch. And hit high in the air by Ward, and that goes in the foul territory off to the right side and into the courtyard behind us. Ward last night had 2 at-bats, 1 hit in their 7-2 loss to Iowa last night. I was looking to get back in this game after giving up 2 runs top of this inning. Outside 2-1 count.
Good eye by Pat Ward. Again, FAU just needs to see something positive happen offensively to jumpstart this team.
Rundy, the right-handed pitcher on the mound. Here comes the next pitch, and inside for a 3-1 count. Almost hit Ward right there. 3-1 count, 2 outs, bases empty, infield shifting a bit to the left. Bottom of the second inning, Hawkeyes lead 2-0. The Hawkeyes defense got through the first 2 batters in this inning quickly.
Looks like the athletic trainer is going to come out and they're going to check on Logan Rundy. Not sure what exactly happened, but the Iowa infielders and bench coach, and trainer coming out to all check on their senior right-hander, Logan Rundy.
Rundy, a graduate from Peosta, Iowa, played at FIU, transferred in, and this is also his first year with the Hawkeyes. Last year, on March 9th, he pitched a career-high 5 innings against this very team, FAU. Last season, 21 appearances, 12 games he started in, a 4-5 record. 1 save, 58.1 innings pitched, second on the team, and 50 strikeouts, also second on the team. This is his 4th school coming in from starting off his career at Iowa Western Community College, then also the Kirkwood Community College, before then going to spend next 2 years at FIU before joining the Hawkeyes in this very season. So they are still on the mound speaking with Rundy, trying to check on him. The only people, as the entire infield just checking with him. Ward near the wordmark Owls behind home plate. And on deck is Maranta, the designated hitter, just hand on his right hip, just waiting for the play to resume, wondering what's happening. Head coach Rick Heller returning back to the dugout. So it looks like they're probably going to be keeping Rundy in, but wondering exactly what transpired.
I'm not sure. They might be communicating. I'm not sure what's going on here. It also seems like a long visit with him. I'm not sure if he is okay because, again, I don't know if he'd be out there this long if there wasn't something wrong. The Iowa bullpen hustled down there, and
actually he will be taken out.
They're going to take Rundy out, so Iowa's going to have to make a change in the middle of a Pat Warner bat. So we're going to take a quick break right here on FAU Owl Radio as Iowa has as much time as they need to warm up a new pitcher to get him into the ballgame.
We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris, Talt. 2-0 Hawkeyes lead here in the bottom of the second inning, and a unexpected pitching change made in the middle of the Patrick Ward at bat as Logan Rundy subbed out for Justin Hackett, the senior right-handed pitcher from Winterset, Iowa, a transfer from
Jaron Bleeker.
Oh, check that. Jaron Bleeker, the sophomore right-handed pitcher from Sergeant Bluff, Iowa, coming from Bishop Heelan High School. So he's getting a couple more warm-ups in.
He gets unlimited time as Logan Rundy left with an injury. Couldn't tell exactly what it was. He was walking off under his own power, so it might have been an upper body or an arm injury, but hoping and wishing the best for Logan Rundy for Iowa, and hopefully he's okay. But Pat Ward in a 3-1 count here with 2 outs as the at-bat will resume hopefully shortly after the warm-up pitches from Bleeker.
Bleeker was a number 3 right-handed pitcher in Iowa, number 366th right-handed pitcher in the country by a perfect game out of high school. Class 3A first-team All-State as a junior. In his senior year of high school, 12 games played, 10 games started, 1.29 ERA last season with Iowa in his freshman year, 2-0 record, 5.19 ERA, and 8.2 innings pitched, 12 hits, 6 runs, 9 strikeouts. Infield shifting to the right for Ward on the 3-1 count, and the first pitch against him will be a strike by
very tough
Bleeker.
at-bat for Ward. You're seeing 2 pitchers in 1 at-bat, and now in a 3-2 count, only his second pitch facing Bleeker.
Yeah, allowed for Ward to adjust to, and a hit off to the left side in the foul territory. And be a foul ball, still a full count with 2 outs, bases empty here at the bottom of the second. And he hits over into the right field, and that flies into foul territory just off to the right corner of the ballpark. Really hard to see though with the sunlight and then the shadows of the trees in that right corner.
Yes, it is.
Where exactly the ball was, but did look as though it was into foul territory. So still a 3-2 count for Ward, the right-handed batter, and a off-speed pitch for Bleeker, sending Ward into home plate, into the first base.
And that's the first base runner of the game for FAU, a walk-off of Pat Ward. So FAU now Xavier Maranta, who had 2 hits yesterday. Maranta up to .333 on the season, 4 hits, 12 at-bats. One of the hotter hitters in this FAU lineup.
And the first pitch against Maranta is out of the hands of the catcher Delgado. 1-0 count now, with runner on first being Ward. 2 outs, bottom of the second, down 2 runs, and Maranta hits over to left field, and that'll be an easy catch made for Ziegler, and Jalen Ziegler records the final out of the second inning, and the Owls remain scoreless as we head to the top of the third inning. Hawkeyes up 2-0. Due up will be back to the top of the batting order for Iowa for the second time. Gable Mitchell, Caleb Wolf, and then Miles Risley when we return on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube.
Welcome back to FAU Owl Radio. Top half of the third inning. Hawkeyes lead this one over FAU 2-0, and Tyler Murphy on for his third inning of work. It'll be the top of the Iowa lineup, starting with Gable Mitchell, who flew out to left his first time up, leading off this ball game. So Murphy on the rubber, the righty-lefty matchup he deals. Fastball chopped up there off of Gable in the box. So an 0-1 count. For Iowa, they have a little change in pitching plan as Logan Rundy left the game with injury in the last half inning. But now Tyler Murphy out here trying to bounce back after the second inning where he gave up 2 runs. A breaking ball in there for strike 2. Now ahead here on Mitchell. This whole Iowa lineup hitting, except for one batter, everybody's above 300. So great hitting for Iowa so far as Mitchell takes a cut and a miss at that one. Change up in the door for strike 3. And that is the 5th strikeout of the game for Tyler Murphy.
Yeah, as they were saying, nearly every batter on this Iowa team is above 300, so a lot of pressure on his FAU bullpen trying to go against these batters.
So now Caleb Wolf digs in from the left side. He takes a breaking ball for ball 1 on Tyler Murphy. With 1 gone here in the third, Nick Romano playing even with the third base bag. Everybody else playing back as Murphy wheels and deals his 1-0. And a breaking ball, big swing and a miss for strike 1. Pitch dropped in at Wolf's feet. Wasn't close to the zone, but a 1-1 count as Murphy deals the pitch. This ball low in the dirt for ball 2 against Caleb Wolf. Wolf grounded out to LaRue at short his first time up, so 0 for 1 in the early goings of game 2 between the Hawkeyes and the Owls. The 2-1 pitch is a ball away, changeup, 3-1 count on the number 2 batter in this Iowa lineup, Caleb Wolf. As Wolf winds and deals his 3-1. Fastball laced out into left center field, tailing away from Boylston, who ranges over to make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning.
Yeah, with the wind a little bit of a factor having in that play, the ball making that turn off to the left, Boylston looked to have been right in his own territory, having to make a little hustle off to the left center to try to retrieve the ball, but great effort by Boylston on there in the center field position.
So 2 outs, and now that brings up Miles Risley, the center fielder, struck out looking as he takes first pitch for strike 1. Murphy retired the 1-2-3 hitters their first time up, looking to do the same here in the third. As Murphy wheels and deals his 0-1, that pitch is flown and deep out into left field, but foul, cutting on to the berm. So now an 0-2 count ahead of the 3-hole man, Miles Risley. The senior hitting .375 so far on the season. As Murphy delivers his 0-2 pitch to Risley. Breaking ball cut on, fouled off of the umpire. So Risley stays alive in an 0-2 hole. For Iowa, they're wearing their road black uniforms, gray pants, gold Iowa lettering across the jersey. For FAU, they're wearing their home blue uniform tops with white pants and a red and blue stripe down the pants. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's Murphy's 0-2 pitch again to Risley. Breaking ball chopped to Romano, ranging over, can't field it. LaRue backhands it, throws the long way. Ward has to get off the base to block it, and that's an infield single for Miles Risley.
And again, as you were mentioning earlier in the game, how LaRue and Martinez both not liking the new turf that came in during this offseason. It's showing right there for LaRue in this first couple plays. Off in that shortstop position, thrown over to first.
For LaRue,
missing.
there was really nothing he could do about that. That's
He's still trying to adjust to it.
That's an infield hit the whole way. So even if that throws on the money, it's he's safe at first. But Kellen Strohmeyer, the left-hand swinging right fielder, digs in. He's 1 for 1 and scored his first time up. And now down here 0-1 on the right-hander Tyler Murphy, with Risley leading off first. The 0-1 pitch from Murphy is breaking ball chopped to Pat Ward, who dives, takes it back to first himself for the third out of the inning. A nice play by Pat Ward. One runner left on base, one hit. We're going to head to the bottom half of the third inning as Florida Atlantic trails it 2-0 right here on FAU Owl Radio. Welcome back into the broadcast booth here for Game 2 between the Hawkeyes and the Owls. Iowa leads this one 2-0, and for FAU it'll be 8-9 in the top, starting with John Martinez, Kyle Boylston, and then Brett Patton at the top of the lineup. John Martinez heads up to the plate to face Jaron Bleeker on in place of injury from Logan Rundy, the Iowa starting pitcher. So we'll see how far Jaron Bleeker goes in this one on in relief. Today, the second Iowa pitcher out there. The righty-righty matchup, the second baseman for the FAU, John Martinez, as he takes upstairs for ball one. And FAU trying to scratch across a run, down 2-0 as Martinez flies that one over the right side. That one's going to catch the berm and out of play for strike one. The Iowa Hawkeyes off to a great start this season. They are 4-1 with their one loss coming on opening night to Kansas State. So one ball, one strike. Martinez takes a breaking ball outside for ball two. Excuse me. So a 2-1 count on John Martinez. Martinez hitting 176, has 3 hits as he leans away from a fastball high and in, and a 3-1 count. So Bleeker's 3-1 pitch is hit, flown out into deep right field. Right fielder Strohmeyer ranging back just shy of the warning track, makes the catch for out number 1. Martinez gave it a rip just to the right fielder Strohmeyer. And now that'll bring up Kyle Boylston, the FAU football and baseball player, coming up to the plate. Had an RBI single pinch hit appearance in the 9th inning yesterday, looking to carry that over to this afternoon's ball game. So Kyle Boylston, the right-hander, digging into the box. So he jumps in quickly, trying to avoid a pitch clock violation. As he squares, bunts it down the third base line. That one's going to kick foul off the side of the grass. A good idea from Boylston, trying to catch Ben Swales, the third baseman, sleeping, but just kicks foul halfway down the line.
We've seen that happen before in the previous game last night, where one of the batters also did that as well, square the bunt, found a small hole, noticing that the third baseman was kind of sleeping as well, and took advantage and got into first base. So looks like Boylston was trying to do the same strategy there.
So Boylston heading back to home plate. So he'll get ready to dig into the batter's box. Down 0-1. So the 0-1 pitch from Jaron Bleeker to Kyle Boylston. It's a fastball upstairs. 4-1 laid off by Boylston. Iowa looking to hold the 2-0 lead. Here's the pitch from Bleeker. That's in there for strike 2. Boylston took that one. Now trying to battle and turn it over to the top of the lineup. So Boylston has to do here today. As Bleeker winds and deals, pitch cut on and grounded to the shortstop, Schulte, who fields, throws to first, and gets the speedy Boylston for out number 2. Now the first 2 batters of the 3rd inning retired for FAU, and that brings up Brett Patton, who flew out to center for Florida Atlantic in his first at-bat. 0 for 1 so far today. So lefty swinging, Patton digs in against the righty Bleeker as Patton squares, goes around on the bunt, and can't lay it down, so that's going to be strike 1. Again, FAU, no hits so far. 1 base runner by way of a Patrick Ward walk in the 2nd inning as Bleeker delivers. That one's chopped to Schulte, who at short backhands it, throws to first, and gets Brett Patton for the 3rd out of the 3rd inning. And that will retire the side in order. Iowa leads it 2-0. You're listening to FAU Baseball on FAU Owl Radio. We are back on FAU Owl Radio, 3rd inning right here in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. Tyler Murphy on for his 4th inning of work, trying to hold the score right here at 2-0 Iowa. He will be facing 5, 6, 7, starting with Cooper Schulte, the shortstop. Schulte struck out swinging his first time up, so 0 for 1 today. The right-hand swinging middle infielder for Iowa. So again, Tyler Murphy trying to keep it right here for FAU offense as they try to come alive. Murphy delivers the first pitch of the 4th. That fastball is way outside for ball 1.
Yeah, we're feeling a little bit of the wind coming in here as well, so during that pitch, the wind probably was a factor there.
So a 1-0 count. Tyler Murphy delivers. Fastball in there for strike 1 and a 1-1 count on Cooper Schulte. Schulte, the junior, hitting .478 so far through 23 at-bats as Murphy deals. Schulte squares the breaking ball, makes him pull back as it misses inside for ball 2. 2-1 count. First batter of the 4th inning. Murphy deals. Fastball chopped foul down the 3rd base side, and 3rd base coach will field it, throw it towards the FAU dugout, showcasing his strong arm.
Impressed some fans in the crowd there.
Yep, and a 2-2 count. So Murphy looking for another out right here as he winds and deals the 2-2 pitch to Schulte. A breaking ball, swing and a miss for strike 3. That is Murphy's 6th strikeout of the ball game and the first out of the 4th.
Kind of fooled the batter there. The ball was starting to curve a little bit, so Schulte was kind of anticipating a ball down the middle, getting to the game, actually ended up being a ball, but Schulte just quickly wanted to swing as the ball was changing up.
So that brings up Joey Nurat. He doubled and came around to score the first run of the ball game. Bats from the left side as he hammers a breaking ball into the right center field gap. He is going to head towards second as that ball trickles all the way to the wall, and now he's turning it on, heading to third. He'll stop short with a double for Iowa. His 2nd double of the ball game puts another runner in scoring position for the Hawkeyes.
FAU cannot have history repeat itself. They gave up a couple runs around this time as well early in the game. In the first couple of innings, they gave up 2 runs and just couldn't stop Iowa any further.
The first double that Joey Nerat hit was to the left center field gap. This one to the right center field gap. So Nerat hitting it to all fields here early in this one. A 2-for-2 start as now the third baseman Ben Swales, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, comes up to the plate from the right side. As Murphy deals his first pitch to Swales and a big swing and a miss on the breaking ball outside for strike 1. And now Murphy, runner in scoring position, 1 out. Got to get a big out here of Swales. Don't let it pile on. As he deals from the stretch, the pitch. Breaking ball chopped foul down the third base line. And an 0-2 hole for the Iowa third baseman. John Martinez holding on. Joey Nerat at second. Nick Romano, the third baseman, playing way back behind the third base bag. As Murphy deals his 0-2, a breaking ball chopped off of Swales' front foot in the box, so he'll stay alive. Good crowd here on a Saturday afternoon. The berm down the right field side is very crowded as per usual. The shade starting to creep into right field. As Murphy delivers a slow roller to Romano. He charges in, fields it, throws to first in time for the second out. Staying put at second is Joey Nerat, and there are 2 gone here in the fourth. So a good play from Nick Romano. Now that brings up Matthew Delgado, who's 0 for 1, reached on an error. Ground ball to Brando LaRue that he short hop Pat Ward on. So he'll dig in from the right side, the catcher, as Murphy delivers. The breaking ball misses way outside and low for ball 1. Iowa, 2 runs on 4 hits. Florida Atlantic, no runs, no hits. Only 1 base runner, a walk. As Murphy deals the 1-0 pitch, the breaking ball misses low and outside for ball 2. Delgado has 11 at-bats this year, 4 hits, a home run, so has some pop in his bat. So here's the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball, that catches the outside part of the zone for the first strike of the at-bat on Matthew Delgado, the senior catcher. Now Murphy winds and deals his 2-1 pitch. A breaking ball is in there for strike 1, the 60th pitch of the ball game for Murphy, and now a 2-2 count with 2 outs here. Nerat leads off of second. Delgado digs back in the box. 2-2 pitch from Murphy is a breaking ball that misses outside. Gramesty tries to bring it back into the zone on the frame, but a little too far outside. Now it'll be a payoff pitch coming from Tyler Murphy as he looks to get out of the 4th inning for FAU. Here's the payoff. Breaking ball flown out to left center field. Boylston ranging over. He makes the catch and jumps into the wall, taking his momentum further out to left center field. FAU gets out of the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning right here on FAU Owl Radio between the Hawkeyes and the Owls. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio. Bottom half of the fourth inning between the Hawkeyes and the Owls. Iowa holds a 2-0 lead. As for FAU, it will be 2, 3, and 4, starting with the backstop TJ Gramercy, who is 0 for 1 on a strikeout swinging. He'll be getting his first look at Jaron Bleeker. Bleeker on for his second full inning of work right here against Florida Atlantic. Bleeker finishing up his warm-up pitches.
Yeah, FAU's hoping to try to get some wins at bat, though, trying to get on base. FAU batters are 0 for 9 right now. They got to try to get something going in this inning.
Gotta see something happen here as TJ Gramercy will step in. Does not have a hit yet on the season in 6 at-bats. Has 2 walks. So trying to get his first hit of the season as Gramercy takes pitch inside for ball 1. Gramercy digs back in. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball popped up. Ranging foul territory is the Iowa first baseman, and that gets onto the berm on the right side. 4 strike 1. Gramercy looking for his first collegiate hit. Sophomore for FAU. Didn't see any time last season. So he digs back in and a 1-1 count. The pitch from Jaron Bleeker is skied out into left field. Under it is Ziegler coming in, makes the catch for the first out. So now that brings up Nick Romano, the FAU third baseman, like everybody else. 0 for 1 today. A ground out to second in the first inning. The shift on Romano has Ben Swells, the third baseman, directed towards shortstop, and the shortstop Schulte shaded just to the left and past the second base bag as Romano takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Bleeker winds, deals. The breaking ball is in there for strike 1 and a 1-1 count. So 1-1 count. Jaron Bleeker steals his pitch. That one's hit foul down the first base line, and now 1-2 count on the Owls' third baseman. Not much of a breeze here. The American flag in center field at a standstill.
But we're feeling a little bit of the breeze here. We've seen the past couple pitches, some plays out here, some
breeze.
effects, yeah.
But a 1-2 count on Nick Romano as he digs back in from the left side. The pitch from Bleeker is a fastball taken out of the zone for ball 2. So a 2-2 count. 1 out into the bottom half of the fourth. The pitch from Bleeker is at the feet and hits the front foot of Nick Romano. He's the second base runner of the game for FAU on by way of a hit by pitch. So Brando LaRue, the FAU shortstop, 0 for 1, struck out swinging his first time up. 188 batting average through 16 at-bats. Now a runner on first is Romano with 1 gone in the fourth. Trying to get a hit here for FAU. FAU does not have a hit so far today as LaRue takes a fastball way upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, they're struggling, but a couple of them have been very keen on the pitches and able to get walked to the first base.
Checking on Romano, who dives back in safely to first, is Bleeker. Down here in the count, 1-0 on Brando LaRue. Iowa will look for the double play up the middle. Trying to end this inning with 1 out. As Bleeker delivers to LaRue, he chops it foul right at the FAU third base coach, who hops out of the way, and a 1-1 count. So FAU looking for their first hit of the ball game. 2 base runners, Romano hit by pitch, Pat Ward walk. As Bleeker delivers, LaRue squares. He's bunting for a hit. That's going to be barehanded by Bleeker. He'll throw and gets Brando LaRue out. A great play by Jaron Bleeker. get a lot of those in practice, and Bleecker handled it perfectly. Romano up to second, and the 1-3 put out of Brando LaRue.
And with that play by Romano, sorry, by LaRue, now putting a sacrifice hit, now putting Romano in scoring position.
So 2 outs here. Michael Peraza digs in. Peraza lined out to third into the shift, his first at bat. Now the righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses inside for ball 1. A 1-0 count on the Owls left fielder. 2 outs in the bottom of half of the 4th. FAU trailing 2-0. Here's the pitch from Bleecker as that one is hit out into center field. Center fielder Risley, ranging to his left, makes a catch for the 3rd out of the 4th inning. FAU strands 1, no hits, 1 hit by pitch. And we head to the top half of the 5th inning. Florida Atlantic still trails this one 2-0 right here on FAU Owl Radio.
We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris, Talt. Top of the 5th inning. Both teams scoreless in the last inning. FAU's offense struggled to get going. However, they only got up to, at most, was Romano getting to second, but couldn't get any further than that. FAU defense has been pretty strong, keeping Iowa silent the past couple of innings. See what they do with this one. Tyler Murphy on the mound going against Jalen Ziegler, and strike 1 against Ziegler for a second time at bat. Ziegler, the redshirt junior left fielder from Urbandale, Iowa, redshirted last season, and swings for an 0-2 count.
Murphy, 6 strikeouts so far today, 4 hits allowed through 4 innings pitched.
Series debut for Ziegler in this game, and a tip foul off to the right side. A count remains an 0-2 count. Iowa batters 4 for 17. Struck out 6 times, having 2 extra base hits. Bases empty, no outs. Tip foul behind home plate. Top of the 5th. 2-0 Iowa lead. Large gap in the infield behind Murphy. Ziegler struck out in the top of the 2nd inning. And way upstairs out of the glove of Gramasty. Makes a 1-2 count now. And struck out.
7th strikeout for Tyler Murphy on the mound. Now that brings it over to the top of the lineup, and Gable Mitchell, who's 0 for 2 today. Mitchell has power, has 1 home run. We saw that last night, hit it deep out into right field, the first batter of that game.
He was struck out in the previous time at bat at the top of the 3rd. 1-0 count by Murphy. Here comes the 70th pitch. And hit over to the right line goes past for foul territory, 1-1 count on Gable Mitchell. This season, Mitchell 450 batter, 9 hits, 9 runs, 6 RBIs. Upstairs, chin music, 2-1 count. Walked 5 times, struck out once. And that was in this game. Had 2 doubles and a home run. Check swing, a 3-1 count. Check that 2-2 count, roll the strike.
Premature call by the home plate umpire. Punched him out on the second strike of the at-bat. So, Sir Mitchell's heart dropped for the second.
And it grounds it out into the direction of LaRue. Throws across over the Ward at first, and Ward beats Mitchell to record the second out. Now up the second in the batting order, Caleb Wolf, the left-handed batter for Iowa, playing first base.
He is 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a fly out.
And the first pitch against him will be a ball 1 by Murphy. That was his 74th pitch. No activity in the Owls bullpen, so keeping Murphy on here. Another inning or 2. 1-1 count now. 2-0 Hawkeyes lead, top of the 5th. 2 outs, base is empty. Romano near the infield grass. Way upstairs for a 2-1 count for Murphy against Caleb Wolf. Hawkeyes offense been really good in this first couple games of the series. FAU's still been struggling. 2-2 count now. Martinez in between the second and third, first and second, high in the air up to the left side. Both Peraza and Romano trying to get to the ball as it rolls right, lands right in front of the left fence in front of the Berman Hill zone. So count range 2-2, a foul ball. They were trying to record a third and foul out to retire the inning, but Iowa still fights another fight in this inning. Wolf still the left batter's box, and he hits it, grounds out into the direction. Martinez at second, throws quickly to Ward at first, and a quick 3-up, 3-down inning for the Iowa offense as FAU keeps the score remaining 2-0, scoreless for Iowa now in the past 3 innings. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, due up for FAU's offense. Patrick Ward, Xavier Maranta, and John Martinez just recorded that out when we return here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here at the bottom of the 5th inning on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris Talt. 2-0 Iowa Hawkeye lead still as FAU puts a quick 3-up, 3-down in the top of the 5th. Now bottom of the 5th, FAU's offense looking to try to get something going. They haven't gone any further past the second base, and that was in the last time they were at bat in the bottom of the fourth. So see what FAU's offense can do here. Patrick Ward, the right-handed batter, and he hits a high into the air that goes into the right side in the foul territory behind the stadium to the courtyard. Foul one, strike one. Infield making a little shift over to the right. And next pitch, an off-speed by Bleeker is a 0-2 count against Ward, the first baseman. Last time at bat, Ward was walked. First time actually at bat in the second inning. And he hits, grounds out into the direction of Swales. Throws across over the first, and he's able to beat Wolf. So Romano is struck out. Ward is safe at first.
Swales got the ball in his glove, couldn't get it out of his glove, some issues on the transfer, and FAU, you'll take it any way you can get it. They get the leadoff man on here in the fifth. That's Pat Ward.
That records their first hit on the evening. Now the second batter for Bleeker will be number 7 in the batting order, Xavier Moranta, the designated hitter. And a tip foul behind home plate. So no 1 count. Ward at first. No outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. Moranta, the left-handed batter. And he hits, grounds out into the direction of Mitchell. Loses handle of it again, but still somehow able to take out Moranta. Fumbles the ball, throws quickly to Wolf, just in the nick of time to take out Moranta, but not before Romano took out Ward, getting to scoring position. This is the furthest the Owls have been on base, up to second. So we got runner in scoring for FAU. John Martinez now, 8th on the batting order.
Martinez flew out to right, took it to the warning track last time at the plate.
1-0 count as a low pitch for Jaron Bleeker. 2.2 innings pitched coming in for Logan Rundy, who got injured early in the game, and he hits over into the basketball court up to the left side, another foul ball. 1-1 count for John Martinez, the right-handed batter going against the right-handed pitcher. Runner in scoring at second is Ward. Bleeker checks second, throws over to Martinez. 2-1 count, low in the dirt. 1 out. Runner in second and scoring is Ward. Bottom of the 5th inning. Martinez at bat, batting right for FAU. And upstairs for a 3-1 count, perfect position for Martinez. Bleeker checks second, here comes a throw. And tip fell off, rolls up to the right side. Full count, 3-2. Martinez redshirted his freshman year at Florida, joining the Owls the following year. A redshirt sophomore from Orlando, Florida, playing second base. And Martinez again in foul territory up the left side now. Count remains at full, 3-2. Runner in scoring at second. Patrick Ward, 1 out. Kyle Boylston be on deck for FAU to be on the bottom of the batting order for the second time. Bleeker throws and hit over and almost over the head of Swales. Swales makes an incredible leaping catch, record the second out.
It almost looked like Swales snow coned that one as he robs John Martinez of a hit. And tough luck for Florida Atlantic. Martinez barreled that one up.
And now it's up to the sophomore center fielder, Kyle Boylston, to see what he can do to try to get Ward home and put the Owls on the board, put this as a 1-run game. Hawkeyes lead 2-0. On 2 outs, Boylston, his first time at bat, was grounded out to shortstop and in the middle, so a strike 1 for Boylston, his second time at bat. First time at bat was in the top of the, check that, bottom of the 3rd inning. Bleeker and Boylston is over to the right field, An amazing catch made by Strohmeyer. He was following the direction of that ball, running from left to right at right field.
Some tough
Records
luck for
the final out.
Some tough luck for the FAU offense. Some nice plays made by Iowa to end this inning.
And Hawkeyes keep the Owls scoreless, and another scoreless inning here. It's to the top of the sixth. Due up for Iowa, Risley, Strohmeyer, who just made that out, and Schulte. When we return, you're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris, Talt. 2-0 Hawkeyes lead in the second game of a 3-game series between FAU and Iowa. Hawkeyes with the lead here at the top of the sixth inning. Due up for FAU. FAU's defense, but due up for Iowa will be Miles Risley batting right for the Hawkeyes. His third time at bat. Last at bat, it was a single. Infield shifting to the left for Risley, the center fielder for the Hawkeyes. And the 80th pitch now for Murphy. Ball, check out, strike one. No outs, bases empty. Top of the sixth. Murphy wheels and deals and grounded out into foul territory at third base. So Risley heading back to the right batter's box. 0-2 count. Couple of Owls players going into the bullpen off to the right side, so probably going to be one of, so Murphy's time might be done soon in this game. Way outside, strike for ball one, 1-2 count. Murphy with a windup. And swing and a miss for Risley. He has struck out. His second time struck out on the day.
And for Murphy, that's his 8th strikeout of the ballgame.
So really solid day for Murphy on the bullpen, the starting pitcher for the Owls. Kellen Strohmeyer just recorded the final out in the previous inning. Up to bat now for the Hawkeyes, batting left.
Made a nice play out there towards the warning track. Rob Boylston of a hit.
And 1-1 count. The ball rolls off to the right side in front of the Owls dugout. Last time Strohmeyer was at bat was grounded to Ward at first. Strohmeyer left-handed batter upstairs for the right fielder. 2-1 count. His third at bat had a hit and a run. And low in the dirt for a 3-1 count. Murphy having a strong day, does not want to spoil that by walking Strohmeyer and putting another Hawkeye on base. And outside, and he walks Strohmeyer. The first walk by Murphy that he has allowed. So now you got a runner in first for the Hawkeyes. That would be Kellen Strohmeyer. Cooper Schulte at bat, the .458 batter
Schulte struck out 2 times today, both of them swinging.
And now pitching coach Hunter Cooley heading to the mound. The former Owl speaking to his former teammate and now player, Tyler Murphy, on the hill. Now, Chris, if you're Cooley, what are you telling Murphy at this point with 1 out and a runner on first and a strong batter, Cooper Schulte, in the right batter's
I
box?
would tell Murphy he to trust his stuff. He's done a great job today getting the strikeout, and through 5 1/3 innings pitched, only 1 earned run, although 2 runs in for the Hawkeyes. Really just trust your stuff. Trust your defense right here. You're only 2 outs away from getting out of this inning, and you're facing Cooper Schulte, who you've struck out 2 times, so try and block out that walk and get right back to work here as Murphy's been in a groove the last few innings.
Let's see what Murphy can do after the pep talk. Schulte, the right batter's box, the shortstop, and low for a ball 1. Murphy showing a little bit of fatigue at this point, pitching his 89th. Now here comes the 90th pitch. And Strohmeyer taking off to second base, and he's able to steal second successfully. Another error made by FAU's defense, this time by the catcher, TJ Gramesty.
No error. That was just a stolen base.
2-0 count now. 1 out, runner in second, Strohmeyer. Schulte tipped foul into the backstop behind home plate. Makes a 2-2 count now. That was a foul ball. Actually, that 1-2-1 count. That was the first foul for Schulte. Struck out twice in his first 2 at-bats. Squares a bunt and be a 2-2 count for Murphy. A little bit of pressure on Murphy, having a scoring run. Strohmeyer behind him. He's having to keep an eye on second. 2-2 count, 1 out. Top of the 6th, and outside in ref full count.
Murphy probably nearing the end of his line. I don't think they let him get to Nerat if he loses Schulte, because Nerat on deck has doubled and scored a run in this game, doubled 2 times.
Murphy checks second. Here comes a pitch, and in the dirt, and another walk. Back-to-back walks by Murphy, and sending another runner on base. This time it will be Schulte. He's got Schulte at first. Strohmeyer stays at second, and as you were saying, Chris, John McCormack heading to the hill to retire his pitcher. Tyler Murphy ending the night in the 90s pitching, 5 2/3 pitching. So a new pitcher be coming in for FAU when they return to take on Joey Neri, who had back-to-back doubles in his first 2 at-bats. We'll return on FAU Owl Radio shortly. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris, Talt. 2-0 Hawkeyes lead here. The top of the 6th inning. Pitching change made for FAU. Tyler Murphy taken out after pitching 5.2 innings in this game. Now be Ryan Buckler's turn, the junior right-handed pitcher from Barnstable, Massachusetts. A transfer from Virginia Tech in his second year with the Owls. So we got runners on first and second. Cooper Schulte at second. Strohmeyer at second. And scoring Joey Narrett batting left for the third time. And ball one on Narrett, back-to-back doubles. His first 2 at-bats. 1 out with a 1-0 count. The top of the 6th. Buckler, his second pitch. Looks at second and throws outside. 2-0 count for Buckler.
Key spot in this game. Don't want to let this lead get any larger for Iowa. Got to keep it right where it is at 2-0.
Narrett, the designated hitter for today. And upstairs for a 3-0 count now. So Buckler already kind of struggling a big game. First 3 balls on his first 3 pitches against the Iowa batter.
And Narrett swinging a hot bat, has 10 hits through 20 at-bats, hitting .500 on the season.
And Buckler walks Narrett. So 4 pitches, 4 balls, and now getting bases loaded for Ben Swills, the 167 batter coming in for Iowa. Actually looks like it'll be a pinch hitter. It'll be Mitch Wood, the senior from Ottumwa, Iowa, transfer from Northern Kentucky. Played with them in 2024. Played at Iowa actually in 2022. Then went to Yavapai College in 2023. Then Northern Kentucky in 2024. Before returning back to the Hawkeyes last season. So he'll be coming as a pinch hitter for Ben Swills at the 7th spot. With bases loaded, he's a .500 batter. 7th at bat this season, having 3 runs on 3 hits, 3 RBIs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 double for the right-hand batter, and be a strike 1.
FAU defensively playing back. Romano playing behind the third base bag. Pat Ward playing just a little in front on the edge of the grass, and LaRue and Martinez playing back for the double play.
Buckler with the 6th pitch is out of the hands of the catcher Gramesty. Too powerful of a pitch for Gramesty to be a 1-1 count.
A good stop by Gramesty behind the plate, keeping Strohmeyer put at third.
Bases loaded. Narrett at first, Schulte at second, Strohmeyer at third. Pinch hitter Mitch Wood at bat. He hits a high over into the right field. And that will be a great catch and stop by Patton. Running over to third base at the warning track. Right field at the warning track. However, another run coming in. And it will be Strohmeyer who will be getting the run. And so extending the Hawkeyes lead 3-0 out, 2 outs.
For FAU, obviously you don't want the runs to come in there, but you'll take the out. Now 2 outs.
It's much better having
runners on the corners. Now get out of this inning, only allowing 1 extra run here, and
much better.
Gotta start hitting regardless.
Yeah, much better having 1 run compared to 4 runs on 1 play. Buckler now going against Delgado, 8th on the batting order. And a strike 1 against.
That runner that scored comes across on Ty Murphy's line, so not Ryan Buckler's responsibility.
Buckler on the mound, and Schulte and Narrett going to steal second, taken out even, and then Schulte heading over to home plate. So Narrett steals second. He is safe. That sends Schulte to home. Now the Hawkeyes up 4-0 over the Owls on 0-2 count, 2 outs. Runner and scoring again will be Narrett at second for Buckler. A lot of pressure on Ryan Buckler in this inning against Delgado, getting a ball 1. It's a 1-2 count now. Here in the top of the 6th. The Hawkeyes back on the board for the first time since the top of the second, in which they scored their first 2 runs. Buckler checking second. Here comes the pitch. And chint music almost hitting Delgado. Yeah, spin around for that. 2-2 count now. And Buckler has to be careful not trying to get hit by pitch.
The shade slowly creeping across the field. It's
looking like
in right field on the right side. Sun's still bathed out in left field.
And upstairs for a full count. Those shadows kind of creeping in, also between the mound and a home plate. So with those shadows kind of affecting where you're seeing the ball every now and then through each pitch. So were kind of expecting, as the sun was setting in, shadows coming over from the right side is going to be impacting as the game goes on. And Delgado walked to first. So now we got Delgado at first. Naird stays at second. For the bottom of the batting order for Iowa, Jalen Ziegler. And McCormick has seen enough, so he'll be making another pitching change. As it looks like it will be a pinch hitter coming in for Ziegler. Looks like it will be number 40, Brett White. Before White takes the batter's box, a new pitcher coming in for FAU. So we'll be taking another break here. You're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris Talt. Top of the 6th inning, 4-0 Hawkeyes lead. 2 runs already in this inning as the Owls now make their second pitching change in this frame. It is now the junior right-handed pitcher, Riley Whitmer from Naples, Florida. Another transfer from Florida in his second season with FAU. So Whitmer, after a couple practice throws, been going against the pinch hitter at the 9th spot on Iowa's batting order. Brett White coming in for Jalen Ziegler with the runners on first and second. Delgado at first, Naird at second, and scoring 0-1 count. Strike one made by Whitmer on his first pitch. Previously subbed out Buckler. And 1-1 count by Whitmer. Two outs. White, a .500 batter. And big swing and a miss by White. A 1-2 count now. Brett White played in last night's game where, as a pinch hitter himself, also had a run and a walk. Whitmer second, throws and strikes out White to end the top of the 6th inning. Owls get 2 runs in the game, leading 4-0. So we get to the bottom of the 6th inning, due up for FAU's offense. Back to the top of the batting order, Brett Patton, TJ Gramercy, and Nick Romano when we return here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris Talt, 4-0 lead. Iowa at the bottom of the 6th inning. FAU offense trying to avoid a shutout against Iowa. A couple pitching and one defensive change made for Iowa. Brett White coming in for the left field position after he pinch hit for Jalen Ziegler, who typically plays at that position as well.
And then Jackson Frost comes into the game at third base on the original spot of Ben Swales, and Mitch Wood, who pinch hit in that spot, now taken over at third by Jackson Frost.
Jaron Bleeker on 2-0 count, and a big swing and a miss for Patton for a 2-1 count now. Bases empty, infield shifting a little bit to the right. Bases empty, no outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. Hawkeyes lead 4-0. Patton, third time at bat, and tipped out behind home plate, rolling off to the right, a 2-2 count. Patton, a transfer from Indian River in his first year last season in 49 games, 353 batting, and he is struck out on that, struck out swinging to record the first out. So Patton now heads back to the dugout as TJ Gramercy, the catcher for FAU, batting right. 0 for 2 today, struck out once. That was in the top of the 1st inning. And tip foul behind home plate, rolls into the backstop. Foul 1, strike 1, 0-1 count.
Jaron Bleeker pitching very good on in relief of the injured starting pitcher for the Hawkeyes. That was Logan Rundy, who got the start. Went about 1 2/3. I will confirm that right now, but yeah, Rundy went 1 2/3. Bleeker on right now 3 2/3 in, and pitching very good for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
On an 0-2 count, upstairs for a 1-2 count now. Ball 1 against Gramercy. And big swing and a miss, and that takes out Gramercy. So back-to-back Ks for Bleeker, his second on the day. And now it will be the third baseman, redshirt senior, Nick Romano.
Romano was hit by a pitch his last time up, so 0 for 1 today.
Bases empty, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, Romano, and hits down in the dirt, pops up in the air for a ball 1 on Bleecker, his 50th pitch. Romano batting left and upstairs. Actually inside for a strike one. It's a 1-1 count. Hawkeyes lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. And Romano, line drive into the shortstop. Schulte throws over to first base. Wolf. And records another quick inning for the Hawkeyes. Another 3 up, 3 down inning for this Hawkeyes defense. The 6th inning ends with the Hawkeyes getting 2 additional runs at the top of the 6th. Stop FAU in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th now with top of the batting order for Iowa. Gable Mitchell, Caleb Wolf, and Miles Risley when we return on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris Talt. Top of the 7th inning. FAU down 4 runs to Iowa. Hawkeyes lead 4-0. Gable Mitchell, top of the batting order for the 4th time for Iowa. Batting right, going against the pitcher Riley Whitmer, coming in the 3rd pitcher for FAU's bullpen. Here comes the pitch, and the 5th one is upstairs for a ball 1. Last time Mitchell was at bat was in the bottom, on the top of the 5th inning. Grounded to LaRoe at shortstop. 1-0 count, bases empty. And Mitchell check swings for a 1-1 count. Mitchell 0 for 3 today. 429 batting. Squares to bunt that rolls and into foul territory. A foul 1, strike 2 with a 1-2 count. So Mitchell returning to the left batter's box. On a 1-2 count. Top of the 7th. Hawkeyes lead 4-0. No outs. Bases empty. Whitmer with the kick. Here's the pitch. And Mitchell over the head of Romano at 3rd. Rolling all the way into the left corner in left field. That'd be a stand-up double for Mitchell as Peraza throwing to Martinez at 2nd. So runner in scoring for Caleb Wolf, the 2nd on the batting order for Iowa. Wolf also 0 for 3 today. A .364 batter. Last time he was at bat was grounded to Martinez at 2nd in the top of the 5th inning. Whitmer checks 2nd. Here comes his 9th pitch. And low by the ankles of Wolf, the left-handed batter. 1-0 count. That was the 5th hit for the Hawkeyes. They lead the Owls 5-1 in hits. Whitmer checking 2nd. Here comes the pitch. And grounded and past the hands of Martinez. He slid. That will send Mitchell to home, and Wolf staying at first. So 2 RBI single, and now we'll put
a 1 RBI single.
Yeah, thank you. 1 RBI single to send Mitchell to home plate, putting the Hawkeyes and extending their lead 5-0.
Well, for FAU, it really stems from this offense not being able to really get out and do anything yet. Only 1 hit, and that was an infield hit.
Whitmer upstairs against Risley. Ball 1. That was his 11th pitch. Risley, a .389 batter, 1 for 3 today. Runner on first is Wolf. Here comes the 12th pitch. And strike 1, the 1-1 count for Whitmer. Risley, the senior catcher. Whitmer on the hill. And Wolf going to steal second and way off course for Gramercy. Goes way over the head of Martinez into the shallow center field as Boylston grabs the ball. And so now be sending Wolf to third. Initially trying to steal second, but that error goes.
Never mind. That's going.
Actually, looks like they might be keeping Wolf at third. Yeah, a little miscommunication or confusion from the officials.
So
they're actually ruling interference actually on Wolf as he was trying to steal second. Either way, Gramercy was way over the head of Martinez trying to get out Wolf. So I'll record the, I believe, first out.
FAU catches a little bit of a break there. Down 5 runs. You don't want it to get any bigger.
So it'll be the first out of the inning, and a big swing and a miss for Risley, and he is struck out. It's now back-to-back outs for the Owls. And just like that, now you got 2 outs, bases empty. With the 4th in the batting order, Kellen Strohmeyer. 1 for 2 today, a .429 batter. Coming in to extend Hawkeyes' lead once again. They lead 5-0, just scored a run early in the top of the 7th inning. Whitmer with the windup, squaring the bunt, Strohmeyer. And a ball 1 against Strohmeyer. Whitmer subbing in for Ryan Buckler, who subbed in for the starting pitcher, Tyler Murphy, in the last inning. And out inside for a strike 1. It's a 1-1 count. Whitmer with the kick. Here comes the pitch, and high into left field. That'll be a can of corn for Peraza as he will get to the ball at left field. And that retires the inning. A quick inning for FAU's defense, but they do give up a run and 2 hits in the top of the 7th as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Due up will be LaRoe, Peraza, and Ward when we return on that FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris Talt. 5-0 Hawkeyes leads. Hawkeyes offense scored a run at the top of the 7th. Now on the bottom of the 7th, Brando LaRue and company looking to, again, try to avoid a shutout, get something going offensively. They've been struggling to get on base for a large part of this game. And also of this series, we're in game 2 of 3. The next game tomorrow at noon. And 0-2 count quickly on LaRue, the graduate shortstop for the Owls, Jaron Bleeker, pitcher for Iowa. And tip foul over the right side, and that goes into the courtyard behind us. Foul ball, 0-2 count still. Here in the bottom of the 7th, base is empty, no outs. Bleeker with a kick, and outside, 1-2 count for Bleeker. Tip foul behind home, play off to the right, off to the left side, 1-2 count still for LaRue, the right-handed batter for FAU. 1-2 count, no outs, bases empty, top of the 8th, bottom of the 7th, and almost hits him upstairs pitch. 2-2 count now for Bleeker. Here comes the next pitch, and LaRue hits it over and finds a gap far into the left field corner, recording the second hit for FAU and a stand-up double for the Canadian shortstop.
Well, nice hit for Brando LaRue. First hit for FAU, not coming in the infield, and trying to stage a late game rally here, down 5-0. See if they can get the lineup moving together past the bat.
Sun is setting here off to our right. The field's almost entirely shadows now, just small lines of sunlight across much of the infield and a little part of the outfield off to the left corner. 1-0 count by Bleeker. That was a ball against Michael Peraza now, the redshirt sophomore left fielder. Bleeker checking second where LaRue is, and Peraza with a hit off to the right side quickly into the hands of Wolf at first and records the first out, sending LaRue to third in a really good scoring position for Patrick Ward.
A nice play over there at first by Caleb Wolf, keeping that one in front and taking it to first himself. So LaRue at third, and FAU needs a run here. They need some more than that, but before then, we're going to get a timeout from Coach Heller. He'll be coming out there, and it looks like it's going to be a pitching change for Iowa.
Yeah, as there was some activity into the Iowa's bullpen up to the left corner of the outfield. So that'll be it for Jaron Bleeker. Having 61 pitches, pitching 4.2 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, a double against 17 batters, ERA 1.25. He gets a roar of applause from the crowd as we see the next pitcher for Iowa jogging out of the left corner of the outfield. So we'll be taking a break here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris, Talt. Bottom of the 7th inning, 1 out. And a new pitcher coming in for Iowa. It'll be the redshirt freshman right-handed pitcher Kyle Olivo from Franklin, Wisconsin. Redshirted last season. He also plays infield as shortstop. He was number 3 shortstop in Wisconsin and number 109th in the nation, both by perfect game. So Patrick Ward returning to bat, batting right, as Olivo hands him off to his pitching coach, and he returns to the hill for his first batter, Ward, who is 1 for 1 today, having walked in his first at bat at the bottom of the second, and the bottom of the 5th. His last at bat, he had hit a single. Ward with a 316. Runner on third is LaRue, and big swing by Ward putting in a strike, 0-1 count. FAU batter struggling, 2 for 20, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Olivo, and big swing and a miss for Ward, 0-2 count.
Pat Ward needs to get a ball in play, get this run in. Brando LaRue standing at third.
The Owls can sense a run scored here. Ward down the dirt, and it keeps Ward alive, a 1-2 count, the first ball against Ward. Ward with a 350 on base percentage. Olivo with a 3.00 ERA. Olivo takes a deep breath. The kicks. Here comes a pitch, and low for a ball 2.
And Olivo this year has 1 save for Iowa. 3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 earned run, as well as 1 hit this season against Olivo.
Olivo with the pitch, and rolls into the right side, almost hits LaRue at third. Foul ball, as it remains a 2-2 count for Ward. Olivo on the hill. Here comes the pitch, and outside for a full count for Ward. Olivo in the pitch, and tip foul off to the right side by Ward. Count remains at full.
Ward trying to get on here any way he can. Battling at the plate in a full count against Kyle Olivo.
Runner on third with 1 now is LaRue. And Ward hits a tip foul behind home plate, almost goes past the protective netting behind home plate. Count remains 3-2 here at the bottom of the 7th. 1 out, runner on third is LaRue. Patrick Ward on a 3-2 count. Hawkeyes lead 5-0. Hawkeyes scored their run the top of the inning, and Ward is walks. Got runners on the corners for Xavier Maranta. He'll be back at bat. An 0-2 batter. Transfer from Nova Southeastern. 1 of 12 transfers on this Owls team.
Transferring from the local school in Nova Southeastern.
And a ball 1 for Olivo on this 10th pitch. Maranta, 286 batter. Runners on the corners, 1 out. 2-0 count now for Olivo, bottom of the 7th. Last time Maranta was at bat was the bottom of the 5th. Grounded out to Mitchell at second, throws over to Wolf at first. Take him out of the game. And swing and a miss for Maranta. 2-1 count now for the graduate designated hitter for the Owls.
Trying to get it going. Again, need runs here. Maranta got to make sure he gets the ball in play and gets at least LaRue in.
Maranta in his 4th school play, first 3 seasons at Santa Fe College, before spending 2 at Appalachian State, and then last year at Nova Southeastern. 2-2 count for Maranta. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Runners on the corners. Ward at first, LaRue at third. Olivo on the hill. Pitch clock at 5. Here comes a pitch and a big swing and a miss for Maranta. Takes him out. That's the 2nd out. And that sets up Martinez, another 0-2 batter. Batting 158. Heading to the right batter's box.
So on contact now, both runners in LaRue and Ward will be running on the pitch, on the ball in play. Martinez can do so.
Officially no sunlight interfering with the field of play.
The lights turned on.
1, and it'll be a strike 1. The 15th pitch made by Olivo. First to Martinez. On deck for FAU will be Boylston, the bottom of the batting order. Depending on if Martinez can get something going for FAU. And he hits into the direction of Frost. Throws over to Mitchell at second. And that records the final out, ending this 7th inning. And the Owls having a runner in third, runner in scoring since the beginning of this frame. Still couldn't get anything going. Owls still scoreless. We get to the top of the 8th inning. Hawkeyes lead 5-0. Due up for the Hawkeyes. Schulte, Narrett, and then Jackson Frost coming in for the pitching for the 7th position, or 7th batting order. We'll be back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube.
Welcome back to FAU Owl Radio here in Boca Raton, Florida. Game 2 of the series between the Hawkeyes and the Owls, and Iowa leads this one 5-0 as we enter the top half of the 8th inning. Riley Whitmer still out there for FAU. He will be facing 5, 6, 7 in the Iowa lineup, starting with the shortstop Cooper Schulte. Schulte 0 for 2 today, 2 strikeouts and a walk with a run scored. So Schulte will stand in from the right side to face the righty Whitmer. Whitmer wheels and deals first pitch of the inning, and that's a fastball down the middle for strike 1. Whitmer wears number 44 for Florida Atlantic, the transfer from the Florida Gators. As Whitmer wheels and deals his 0-1. That one's fouled in front of the FAU dugout for an 0-2 count.
That had some speed to it. Luckily there was a protective netting in front of the Owls dugout.
Correct. So an 0-2 count here. 5 runs on 6 hits for Iowa. No runs, 2 hits for FAU, as well as 1 error. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball up the ladder, laid off from Schulte, and a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cooper Schulte. FAU infield playing back. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that one's chopped. Foul. Romano ranges over and fields it in foul territory. Gets it back to Riley Whitmer. So a 1-2 count as Schulte steps back into the batter's box. Whitmer kicks, deals the 1-2. Fastball upstairs again and a 2-2 count. Schulte hitting .458, 11 hits in 24 at-bats. Has a home run and 5 RBIs, as well as 10 runs scored. So Schulte in the 2-2 pitch. Whitmer gets him swinging. Foul tip into the glove of Gramsty for out number 1 of the 8th. Now that brings up the designated hitter, Joey Narrett, who is 2 for 2, 2 doubles, and a walk. The walk coming his last time up. Narrett digs in from the left side, and that brings Nick Romano, the third baseman, onto the edge of the grass. As Whitmer deals, fastball misses just a bit outside and a 1-0 count. The FAU pitching doing all they can, though they've given up 5 runs, trying their best to keep the FAU offense in the game, who has yet to push across a run here tonight. Only pushed across 2 runs last night in a 7-2 loss, as there's a breaking ball that misses at the feet of Narrett for ball 2. The lights on here at Florida Atlantic Baseball Stadium. A beautiful early evening on February 21st as Narrett takes down low for ball 3 and now ahead here trying to get on base with 1 gone in the 8th. Iowa fans traveled here. They're out in full force. The Hawkeyes enjoying the nice weather. Here's Whitmer's 3-0. Fastball turned him on the green light, popped up, ranging towards the Iowa dugout, and that one's going to sneak out of play for a foul ball.
Looks like I almost said one of the filmographers off to the left corner.
So a 3-1 count as Narrett heads back to the batter's box and Whitmer heads back to the mound. The FAU infield defense playing back. Romano and Ward behind the bags. The FAU outfield defense playing straight up as well, as Whitmer delivers his 3-1. Fastball laced out into the left center field gap, ranging over the head of the diving Peraza and caroms all the way to the wall. Boylston fields it, backing up Peraza, and that's the 3rd double of the ball game for Joey Narrett, and another runner in scoring position for the Hawkeyes.
It seems at this point right now, I was just having fun right now. Just getting a couple of doubles each inning, getting runners in scoring position almost like every single inning at this point. They're just having fun right now.
Putting the ball in play, playing very well. Scoring lots of runs, and that looks like it's going to do it for Riley Whitmer. Coach McCormack heads out to the mound, and we are going to get a pitching change. Don't go anywhere here on FAU Owl Radio. The Owls trail this one 5-0 against the Iowa Hawkeyes. You're listening to FAU Baseball on FAU Owl Radio. Welcome back to FAU Owl Radio. New pitcher on the mound for the Owls is right-hander Braden Gilson. Gilson, a junior from St. Augustine, Florida, by way of Newberry College, a Division II school. This year, Gilson on the mound has thrown 1 inning, given up 2 earned runs, struck out 1, 3 hits. So Gilson on, runner on second is Joey Narat by way of his 3rd double of the ballgame. And at the plate is Jackson Frost, his first at-bat today. So Gilson, the low side armor, winds and deals a pitch in there for strike 1. As he looks to keep it right here. 1 out, runner on second. Jackson Frost, the right-hander, in the box against the righty Gilson. As Gilson delivers, and that pitch misses down low for ball 1. So Gilson's 1-1 pitch to Jackson Frost is a slow chopper to LaRue, who charges, throws to first for out number 2. Advancing to third is Narat. And there are 2 outs here in the 8th. So now that brings up Matthew Delgado, the catcher. And Delgado today, he is 0 for 2. Walked his last time up, reached on an error earlier today, digs in from the right side. So a tough matchup against a low sidewinder in Braden Gilson, as Gilson deals his first pitch to Delgado, a breaking ball that misses inside. So a 1-0 count. The pitch from Gilson as he delivers. That one's chopped right back to him. He fields it on 2 hops, runs it over to first, flips it to Ward for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the bottom half of the 8th inning on FAU Owl Radio. Iowa strands 1 with 1 hit right here on FAU Owl Radio. We are back on FAU Owl Radio, bottom half of the 8th inning, and Kyle Olivo, the right-hander, out there for his 2nd inning of work. It'll be 9 and the top, starting with Kyle Boylston, who's 0 for 2 for the Owls, as FAU tries to get something, anything going. Last inning, they got a runner to third, which was the furthest that any FAU base runner has reached today, and they couldn't cash in with less than 2 outs. So Boylston will be coming up for the righty-righty matchup in just a second after Olivo finishes his warm-ups. See what Boylston can do. Olivo takes his last warm-up pitch. Beautiful sunset here in Boca as Boylston heads up to home plate. So Boylston getting ready to go. Owls trail by 5 in the 8th. Only 6 outs to work with offensively. We'll see what the Owls can do in the righty-righty matchup between Olivo and Boylston. As Olivo wheels and deals his first pitch of the inning. And that one is laced foul and onto the left field berm for strike 1. Boylston barreled that one up. Just got to straighten it out right now. Digs back in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball one. What can FAU do? Got to start a rally right now. And a 1-1 count. Breaking ball taken down the middle for strike two. And a 1-2 count as Boylston now finds himself behind here. So 1-2. Nobody out. Boylston, the 9-hole hitter for FAU. On deck is Brett Patton as Boylston's taking that one foul down the right field line. A ground ball that sneaks past the bag. So Boylston battling here. Fouling off the 1-2 pitch. Staying alive. Olivo steps back onto the rubber from the windup. And Boylston steps back into the batter's box. Olivo quick pitches in. Boylston takes the breaking ball down low for ball two. Olivo trying to catch Boylston sleeping on the quick pitch. But Boylston does not go after it. It's a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball three. Boylston trying to work on base. See what the Owls can do. Boylston in for the 3-2 pitch from Olivo. A fastball right down the middle for strike three. Boylston down looking for the first out of the 8th inning. So now Brett Patton comes up as that strikeout turns it over to the top of the lineup. Brett Patton 0 for 3, fly out, ground out, strikeout. He'll dig in from the left side as he takes a fastball for strike one. Fastball 97 miles an hour from Olivo. Very lively fastball with movement, two-seam action. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A fastball, big swing and a miss by Brett Patton. That pitch, 98 miles an hour. And Olivo blowing it by the Florida Atlantic hitters now as he wheels, deals the 0-2 pitch. Patton fouls it back to the screen, staying alive. FAU now only 5 outs to work with, down by 5. Iowa nearing in on the series win here in Boca. As Patton deals breaking ball at the feet of Patton, he lays off. Staying alive here, 1-2. Only 2 hits for FAU today. Not much traffic. Iowa, 7 hits. The pitch, as that one's ripped into center field straight away and caught by Miles Risley for the second out of the inning.
And it just goes to show how strong this Iowa defense is. Bullpen's doing well. The outfield's really doing well, making the catches, stopping FAU from getting anything going offensively.
So now Marshall Lipsy will pinch hit for FAU in the spot of TJ Gramesty. So that means next half inning we will have a new catcher as Lipsy will dig in with 2 outs here in the 8th. Hoping to find something that can take Lipsy forward into the next game tomorrow as Olivo deals Lipsy first pitch swing, fouls it off, and out of play over the left side. Lipsy hitting 105, 2 hits, 19 at-bats, just trying to get his groove here early in the season. The pitch from Olivo, fastball on the inside corner for strike 2. And an 0-2 count on the Owls center fielder and preseason conference player of the year. Olivo's breaking ball is a little dribbler, fouled off down the first base side, so Lipsy stays alive. Nick Romano, the FAU third baseman, waits on deck. And an 0-2 count. Lipsy digs back in. Back foot on the chalk as Olivo deals. Pitch cut on, fouled off, and Delgado can't squeeze it. So Lipsy stays alive again. So an 0-2 count between Olivo and Lipsy as Olivo deals fastball upstairs for ball 1. The third baseman, Jackson Frost, shifted to the right toward shortstop, and the shortstop Cooper Schulte shaded to the left as Lipsy takes for ball 2, a good take and a 2-2 count. Pitch was just a bit outside of fastball. As now Olivo gets back onto the rubber. He likes to work quick. He deals the 2-2 with 2 outs to Lipsy. A breaking ball hit up the middle, ground ball to Cooper Schulte, who fields it and throws to first in time for the 3rd out of the 8th inning. We are going to head to the top half of the 9th inning as Iowa holds a commanding 5-0 lead. Welcome back here to FAU Owl Radio. New pitcher on the mound here for the 9th inning is Cam Horner. Cam Horner, the transfer from Ave Maria, graduate student, stands 5'11", the right-hander. Last year had 15 appearances and 13 starts, 60 1/3 innings pitched with 55 strikeouts. This year, Cam Horner has pitched a 1/3 of an inning, so has gotten out there and into the game for FAU. Catching now is Ian Collier after Lipsy pinch hit for TJ Gramesty. So Cam Horner, the pitcher on for FAU. He will be facing 9 and top, starting with Brett White. Pinch hitter is 0 for 1 today, struck out looking his first time up. So a righty-lefty matchup, which shifts Brando LaRue just a little bit to the left of the second base bag. So Brett White digs in, Horner deals. First pitch hit on the ground to John Martinez, who fields in the outfield, throws to Pat Ward for out number 1. Looked like a little off-balance throw from John Martinez out in the outfield. Tough to field those as they leap over the hot little lip on the grass. But Martinez stuck with it and got the out for the first out of the 9th. And that flips it to the top of the lineup. And Gable Mitchell 1 for 4 today, doubled and scored his last time up, as Horner leaves the fastball upstairs for ball 1 on Mitchell. And Horner coming set from the stretch to the lefty Mitchell. Winds and deals the 1-0 pitch. Fastball ripped through the hole between first and second for a base hit. And that's a 1-out base runner for the Hawkeyes. Mitchell now 2 for 5 today. And now that brings up Caleb Wolf. Wolf is 1 for 4 today with a single. The single came his last time up. So Wolf looking to add to his hit total today with the runner on first. Cam Horner winds and deals. First pitch to Wolf as that one's ripped up the middle off the back of the mound. It hops up. Mitchell will speed over to third. Boylston will throw it into second. And it's runners on the corners with 1 gone for the Hawkeyes. So now that brings up Miles Risley. Risley 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts today. and a single that came in the third inning, but an RBI opportunity for the right-handed bat playing center field today. Iowa looking to extend a big 5-0 lead. Dominant performance so far this weekend from the Hawkeyes, and a dormant offense for FAU as Horner deals a fastball low for ball one. So a 1-0 count on Risley. Cam Horner's 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball, misses up and outside for ball two. FAU will look for the double play up the middle on a ground ball. Pat Ward holding on Wolf at first. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Fastball bounced up there, good stab by Collier. And a 3-0 count. In danger of loading the bases is Horner. Trying to keep it where it is. Horner delivers. The 3-0 fastball right down Broadway for strike one and a 3-1 count. A good bit of the crowd has headed out for the exits as the Owls trail 5-0. And Iowa 3 outs away from taking the series here in Boca. Wolf off and running on the pitch. That one's sky-high pop-up. Collier ranging back towards the screen. That one's going to reach the bleachers for a full count. A lucky fan came away with that baseball.
Beat one of the adults as well.
So a full count on Miles Risley, the center fielder. Horner trying to put him away. Corners for Mitchell and Wolf. First and third situation for Iowa. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that one's hit foul down the third base side. So Risley and Horner will do it again.
Wolf was trying to steal second at that play.
Yep, Wolf off and running on the pitch. Little hit and run. They tried the last pitch, but Risley popped it up into the bleachers. So we'll see if Wolf goes off and running again. To be seen. As Horner comes set. Deals his 3-2. Wolf off and running. The pitch fouled off and beyond the bleachers again. So Wolf getting extra running and cardio in this at-bat. So it's a 3-2 count with one gone in the ninth. Horner's 3-2 pitch. Wolf off and running. Rip to LaRue, who fields, throws to first for the out. That's a run, though, for Gable Mitchell. He comes across the score, and they could not turn a double play because Wolf was off and running on the pitch. So that's just a 6-3 putout and a 6-0 Hawkeyes lead. So Iowa can smell the series win. And now Kellen Strohmeyer digs into the box from the left side with a runner on second. That is Caleb Wolf. As Horner deals breaking ball that misses upstairs, broke late for ball number one. It's been a quiet first two games for FAU in this series. It's been all Iowa. Game one took it 7-2, and now leading 6-0 as Strohmeyer fouls that one off onto the left field berm beyond the light pole. And now even at 1-1. For FAU, early season struggles offensively, trying to find their groove. As Horner deals, fastball fouled off into the parking lot. Maddox, hopefully that doesn't find another car. So 1-2, 2 outs. Wolf leads off second. Horner looking for the put-away pitch of Strohmeyer, the right fielder. As he deals a 1-2, that one's swung on and missed for strike three. Cam Horner gets a strikeout to end the top half of the ninth inning. FAU down by 6. Need a lot to come back in this one. We head to the bottom of the ninth on FAU Owl Radio. Welcome back to FAU Owl Radio. Kyle Olivo out looking for the end of this one and to wrap up the series for Iowa in Game 2. It will be 3-4-5 starting with Nick Romano, the FAU third baseman, against Kyle Olivo. Romano today 0 for 2. FAU only 2 hits today. And Olivo, the right-hander, looking to lock down a 5-1 start for Iowa. FAU trying to prevent dropping to 2-4. They are 2-3 right now as they have 3 outs to score 6 or more runs. And it'll be a tough mountain to climb as Romano digs in from the left side. Last time up, Romano grounded out too short. That came in the 6th inning. Olivo's first pitch fastball to Romano is in there for a strike. So Olivo dealing quick again. Romano hits that one into left field. That's going to sit down for a leadoff single here in this 9th inning.
I feel like if you're a pitcher Olivo, you are probably going to know most batters at this point. They're very antsy, wanting to try to get on base, try to get a hit, and try to score a run. So they're going to try to be swinging at everything.
So Romano on with nobody out, and that brings up Brando LaRue, the cleanup man for FAU. Doubled down the third base line last time up as LaRue digs in for the righty-righty matchup. Olivo kicks and deals the pitch. Breaking ball misses in the dirt. 4-1. LaRue hopefully found something with that at-bat. 4th hit of the season. Olivo's pitch is a big swing and a miss for strike 1. And now 1-1 strike on the Owls shortstop. This turned into a beautiful evening here in Boca as Olivo leaves one in on the hands, a fastball for ball 2. Romano on first. And a 2-1 count. FAU trails 6-0. As Olivo wheels and deals his 2-1. That one, some chin music on Brando LaRue. He moves out of the way of that one, and it's a 3-1 count. Just trying to work on for FAU. First run of the inning reached. Romano with a single, the 3rd hit of the ball game for FAU. And Olivo deals his 3-1. A breaking ball laced off the glove of the diving third baseman, Jackson Frost, into left field. Romano heading to third, the play in front of him. He makes it. So it's a 2nd hit of the ball game for Brando LaRue. And it's runners on the corners, nobody out for a FAU Owls. So we'll see what FAU can do. As now Michael Peraza, who's 0 for 3, will come up to the plate. Peraza grounded out to first his last time out. Trying to keep the line moving for FAU. The shift has Cooper Schulte, the shortstop, just to the left of the second base bag. The pitch from Olivo is skied, fouling out of play over the left side onto the berm. And Peraza just trying to get a run in here. Again, Romano on third, LaRue on first. 2 singles for FAU to start this 9th. Olivo deals his pitch. That one is flown out into left field. Left fielder White moving back. Romano going to tag on that. The throw is going to be to home plate and not in time. Romano slides feet first, gets under the tag. That sac fly from Peraza gets FAU on the board, and it's a 6-1 ball game. So 6-1. Now Pat Ward will come up. Ward, 1 for 1 today, 2 walks and a single. The single sandwiched in between those walks. And Brando LaRue on first with 1 gone now in this 9th inning. 6-1, Iowa leads. As Oliva sets from the stretch, deals to the right hand, hitting Ward. He takes a breaking ball inside for ball 1. First run of the ball game for FAU. As Kyle Oliva deals the pitch, a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Now 1 ball, 1 strike on the FAU first baseman. FAU tries to rally late. Still trailing by 5 as Pat Ward bloops that one where no one is. LaRue had to wait on that, but Pat Ward thrown out at first base as Gable Mitchell was shifted way over to second base. Had to run a long way for that slow blooper and retires Ward 4-3. So great play by Gable Mitchell, running a long way for that one. And now FAU down to their final out as Brando LaRue is on second, and Xavier Maranta digs into the plate from the left side. Oliva deals, fastball misses up and out, 4-1. Maranta able to hold up. So a 1-0 count on Maranta, the designated hitter for FAU. Oliva deals a breaking ball in there for strike one. Maranta takes that one. LaRue will lead off of second. It's Florida Atlantic down to their final out, in Iowa out away from taking this series as Maranta skies that one foul out of play beyond the bleachers. And now just like that, the Owls down to their final out on a Saturday evening. Olivo's 1-2 pitch to Xavier Maranta with Brando LaRue leading off of second is a fastball outside, so a 2-2 count. Maranta, last time up, struck out swinging. Also in this game, grounded out and flew out. The 2-2 pitch as Iowa looks to lock this one down from Olivo. Is a breaking ball up and out. So a full count on Maranta, the 7-hole hitter in the Florida Atlantic lineup. As Olivo comes set for the payoff pitch here with 2 gone in the 9th. Here is the pitch, a breaking ball taken all the way for strike 3. Maranta doesn't like it. The Owls drop the series to Iowa, and Iowa takes the first 2 games here in dominant fashion by the scores of 7-2 and 6-1 here tonight. So for FAU, it'll be back to the drawing board as the offense stalls out again against Iowa. Don't want to take anything away from the Hawkeyes. Some good pitching for them so far in 2 games. But for FAU, it's been struggles so far this season on the offensive side, and they'll look to find some answers hopefully tomorrow for the last game of this series as they look to reset and hopefully get a win.
Yeah, looking at the Missouri game in which I broadcasted, you also could see with FAU, they also too struggled, even though gained the 4-2 victory, still struggled with the Missouri Tigers. So they have a lot to work with hitting-wise. Bullpen-wise, I think they were doing fine, but I think just trying to get on the board and trying to get runs, they're having difficulties.
Yes. For pitching, it's tough knowing when your offense can't score or is having trouble scoring in a drought. It's tough to really have that confidence to go out there and say, hey, we got to keep holding them or else we give up a run and the game's almost over because your offense isn't scoring. But for FAU, I thought the pitching, Ty Murphy, did good today. Murphy, a convincing bounce-back start for FAU. Going to get his stats right now. Ty Murphy went 5 1/3, allowing 3 earned runs. He had 8 strikeouts and 2 walks allowed, so not a bad start for Murphy, a bounce-back start. The other pitchers for FAU, Ryan Buckler, 2 walks, a third of an inning, no runs. Riley Whitmer gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, and a 1 2/3. And then Braden Gilson came on 2/3 of an inning, and then Cam Horner came on, gave up 1 earned run. But for FAU, only 4 hits today. Those hits came off the bats of Nick Romano and Brando LaRue having 2, and Pat Ward having 1 hit. So the shake-up in the lineup didn't work today, and FAU loses this series. So they got to come back, bounce back tomorrow afternoon, which we will have the call on FAU Owl Radio. And I think that's going to do it here tonight, Maddox. FAU drops the series and drops game 2 6-1 against the Iowa Hawkeyes. For Maddox Greenberg, I'm Chris Talt. We will see you tomorrow for game 3 of the series between the Hawkeyes and the Owls right here on FAU.